Yo, what's up? What's up? We're back again. Clark Dynasty in the building. We just wanted to run down our top 10 list of best NBA players of all time. It's something
Oh
that's been
yeah,
trending, right? Just been trending recently. These players are now putting their list on Twitter and stuff like that. There's been a little uproar
mhm,
about some of them. People have their own opinions. Let's remember that number one, it's their list.
right,
So if they
right.
want to say what they say, it's okay. You may not agree with it. I don't. A lot of them I don't agree with. But we're going to respectively put our list top 10 greatest NBA players of all time to kind of match what's going on right now
Right.
trending.
Right.
So, with no further ado, we will we'll run these down. Like I said, this can be in whatever order you want. Doesn't have to be in any particular order. But the bottom line is you want to think about your top 10 NBA players of all time. But
Yeah, my
that
my top 10. I'll do my top 10 list,
Yeah, let's do the
and
top tens and we'll spin back
yeah,
from there.
and
yeah.
my top 10. I'll start off with my three. My top three is, even though it's my opinion, my top three is interchangeable for
Yeah.
whoever wants to put them. But to me, it is the only three that are interchangeable. One, two, three. So I got Kareem at number one.
Mhm.
We already know the resume. He just got his all-time points
Yeah.
broken. He
Yeah.
had that record for
Mhm.
many years.
Like a
He's
billion
got the six titles. He's got the three high school titles. And because remember, when you
piece.
talk about the NBA, when they get into the Hall of Fame, they take all of that into consideration.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same thing. He got the three high school titles. He got the three college titles. He got the six MVPs. Um, he's got the six championships. So I have him, and he played that many years, and even his final 2 years, he was still averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So he was still relatively still effective, and the sky hook still wasn't getting blocked.
Yeah.
Right?
Facts.
So I have Kareem at one. I got Jordan at two. We all know about Jordan, 6 for 6. The playoff scoring average, the regular season scoring average, great on both sides of the ball. Some people even called him the best offensive and defensive player that year he won the once he won the MVP. They were calling him the
Oh,
best.
the perfect
Oh,
season.
yeah, the offensive and defensive player of the year. So
Yeah.
I got him at two. I got LeBron at three. For we all know why. My fourth guy, I have Magic Johnson at four.
Mhm.
I've got Kobe at five.
Mhm.
My six, after Kobe, I got Larry Bird, right? So I
Okay.
have Larry Bird, Tim Duncan at seven. I got Shaq at eight. Then I finish it out with Wilt at nine and Bill Russell at 10. So that's my top 10 of all time in order. And like
Mhm.
I said, the first three is interchangeable.
All right.
I like all
I
those ones, but
I like them all. I have a lot of the same. However, they're in different orders. My order, like you said, is interchangeable. So I have Jordan at number one because Jordan just, he was obviously excellence in the finals. Of course, the never lost. Um, and just Jordan's, not that anyone else isn't competitive, but Jordan's competitiveness was just unmatched by
Next
any
level.
person.
next level.
Definitely next level.
Next level. His competitiveness was unmatched. The man did, he did everything from, taking less money and things like that to because he just wanted to win. He took everything where people was trying, the press was trying to get him to say bad things about Dennis Rodman, and he wouldn't. He wouldn't do it because he's like, yo, Rodman's a teammate now, and we want to win, and he wants to win. So I
Right.
put Jordan at one. I got LeBron at two and Kareem at three. Magic Johnson. So it's very close to yours. Five for me is I have to put Steph Curry because he changed the sport. Like anybody who changes the sport, I gotta put him on there. Kobe 6, then Bird, then Duncan. That's what 8. Well, Bill Russell definitely because 11 championships, so he's got to be on it. No, 10 is Shaq. Then, yeah, that's my gist of his dominance.
I can't put like Wilt was scoring 100 points against plumbers. Like these weren't even basketball players.
Well, they were all little. They were. He was just dominant, but it's not his fault that he was that.
No,
tall.
it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But I definitely don't need to rank him in my top 10 for that.
You guys were like 6'6".
Yeah, these guys were accountants, and you're
get grow bigger.
Like, but look, obviously, I'm not trying to hold it against him. But if I'm saying top 10 players of all time, that's me imagining these 10 players. And if I'm putting Wilt on the same court as like KD and LeBron and all them, they're running circles around him. I'm sorry, they just didn't move that way. So whatever. That's besides the point.
He scored 100 points though, but that's the whole thing.
Yeah, he scored 100 points with no 3 in the key. He could just sit underneath the basket. Like, please, you're the tallest guy. You can sit underneath the basket.
No one else has reached 100 points yet, even with a 3-pointer. But
before you start, just want to. You said you're showing your age. I got to show mine. Wilt was very fast. Just to put that into you. He was also a world-class track runner, but go ahead.
And guess what? Back then, they wasn't running track like they run track now, bro. I'm sorry, respectfully. It's not. Humans evolve, bro. Like that's just what it is.
So who's your list?
So it is my 10. I cheated. I don't care. I got LeBron and Jordan at 1A, 1B, and then I got 8 people after. I don't give. So
you're gonna have another guy, okay?
No.
1A, 1B.
He got 8 names after them. There's just no number 2 on my list. It goes 1A, 1B, 3, respectfully, because I'm sorry, I can't pick between the two because they're super different and they're both unstoppable. Respectfully, if I had to pick just off of my opinion, I'd probably pick LeBron, but I got to see LeBron live. I didn't get to see Jordan live, so I can't really. I don't want to pick. I think they're both ridiculous. I'm also a big believer in I don't think you can have a greatest of anything in any sport because there's too many positions and stuff like that. But whatever. So Jordan, LeBron, 1A, 1B. Put it any way you want. LeBron, Jordan, LeBron. Don't care. Kareem is 3. Obviously, for everything you said, like literally, the dude was ridiculous. The fact that he had that scoring record for like a million years is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And just the impact of playing for the Lakers, Showtime Lakers, made basketball a thing because I don't think people remember when Wilt was scoring 100 points, no one really cared. It wasn't until he did something with LA that people cared. So that's respect. For me, so Kareem would be my 3. 4 is Larry. Larry Legend. Dude cannot bend his knees. Stop playing with him.
He was a hell of a player. I still kind of think he was a tad bit underrated.
Yeah,
even after all that.
You want to know why he's underrated too? He played. If Larry Bird would have gotten drafted to, I don't know, Portland or Houston and won chips there and did what he did in Boston there, everyone would have said how great he is. It's just a matter that he played for Boston, who was a great team, had other Hall of Famers, and white dude playing for Boston, it's easy to hate. You know what I mean? Respectfully, Larry was that dude in my opinion. Yeah. And that's my 4. At 5, I got Magic. Magic Johnson is the only player on this list that and Kareem included. And I'm sorry because I'm sure people are gonna hate me for this. Kareem is a dog, but Magic is the only one I think that if you took Magic, Larry, and Kareem and put them in today's game, I think Magic would be an all-star immediately.
Right.
Not that Kareem and Larry wouldn't get off, and I'm sure they'd figure something out, but their games just don't translate as easily to today's game. Today's game, we have people trying to be Magic Johnson for that reason. Like LeBron James is like an upgraded Magic Johnson. So to me personally, he's the mold that like in 2K when people played 2K and they make their players online. The joke was like, oh, you're making a demigod. You'd make this like 6'9" point guard who can jump, shoot threes, and you're like,
you pretty much made Magic Johnson, LeBron.
Now we're living in a world where that's real. So personally, Magic's gotta be up there for me. He's my 5. For my 6, Kobe. Kobe.
Of course.
Love Kobe. And
Mamba.
I hate leaving him out of my top 5 because if it was my favorite players, the only player that would be higher than him is AI. So like,
Yeah.
but in terms of just like the knowledge of basketball, he has one MVP. Even though he should have had more, he has one MVP. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the numbers of everybody else ahead of, like, pretty much anybody ahead of him aside Larry and Magic. You could probably catch, but like he doesn't have the overall numbers that LeBron and Jordan have. And people tend to put him in that debate, and I understand why. Kobe just passed, and he was an amazing player beforehand. But people forget that Kobe Bryant, as great as he was, and I think he was underrated because people just hated him when he played. They didn't like him until he retired. But as great as Kobe was, there was maybe 1 or 2 seasons in his career where he was the best player in the NBA throughout the entire regular season.
Right.
Playoffs wise, almost any time he got to the playoffs, he's probably the best player in the playoffs. But in terms of the regular season, you gotta be the guy throughout the whole season. Maybe once or twice, the MVP year, and then the second Steve Nash year.
Yeah, we got robbed of that one.
Got robbed of that one.
Right there, he was the best player in the regular season. But every other year, you can argue that he is that he isn't. So that's why he's 6 for me. But obviously, still super high. I got Hakeem at 7 because Hakeem is ridiculous. I'd still stand that that Houston team is gonna beat Chicago. I don't care if nobody says. I don't care, bro.
He had 2 different Houston teams that went back to back because they had a different team the second time.
Yep.
And I think you could put down a hit. He's really like the only superstar Hall of Famer that really won without another Hall of Famer on it.
Yeah,
Clyde
Clyde
was the second year, but Clyde was past his prime.
Everything people tried for years to make Karl Malone out to be is what Hakeem was.
Oh, he was. No question.
In the paint, bullying you the entire damn game, bro. Like there was nothing to stop him. So I'm going Hakeem there. I got Shaq at 8. And all I gotta say is Hack a Shaq. If they have to sign 4 big men to their team, you're gonna take up 4 spots on a 15-man team for centers that are like 7 foot and don't do nothing just to foul Shaq.
Yeah, you gotta be on the list.
Top 10, bro.
Gotta be on the list.
Number 9, Steph Curry changed the game, like you said before. He's the dude. I would have him higher. I just feel that he's like in terms of park basketball. He's out of this list. He might be the easiest to guard for the rest of them. None of us are guarding any of these people, but in park basketball, out of these guys, I think he might be the easiest for them to guard. You know, like if you have like Jordan up on Curry, not giving him any space, like or Kobe figured out, he doesn't like when you stand on the side of him when he shoots. Like, on the side, he can't. You know what I mean? So I just think it's a little easier to guard what he does great, and like he's not gonna be able to go inside against these giants. I feel like they're gonna be wild. And then my number 10 is TD, Tim Duncan. Underrated guy in my opinion. It's weird. At one point he was kind of overrated. I've seen people trying to put him in the top 5 and whatever. And
right.
Now I think he's underrated. People are like, oh, Tim Duncan. Like what? Like it's just all Popovich. But fact of the matter is this: Popovich and Admiral were there before. The chips didn't come till Tim Duncan came, and they haven't came since. So if we being honest, TD was that dude, big fundamental. I gotta give him credit for winning a championship in 3 different decades. That's ridiculous. Feel me? Like that's OD. 2-time MVP, probably the quietest MVPs ever, both by house. And the fact I don't even remember.
I don't remember his MVP.
I was like, what the hell? Like 2 MVPs.
Yeah, he was the quiet giant. The quiet giant. He was
all-star team, I think, every year for the first 13 or 15 years of his career. Or something crazy like that.
Yeah, illustrious career.
Incredible
Tim Duncan. If Tim, like I said for Larry Bird, if Tim Duncan plays for the Charlotte Hornets and he does what he does, he's considered way higher than he is right now. But for this argument, he's 10. That's my 10.
Nice. But those are some good things. A lot of them, a few of them showed up on the same list. But the bottom line is, these guys, like I said, people like Steph Curry who changed the game, and Shaq changed the game. People had to, and they had to, what's it called? Invent the Hack a Shaq. It's an actual play
to help stop him.
To help stop him. It's just foul him, and they
like
had to actually
Jordan rules.
Right. They
Yeah,
had to get a
except
rule.
Hackersack, you have to
That
have to
was
literally Jordan rule. It's
that
pretty
was
much the
only the
same
Pistons
thing.
that had the Jordan
Don't
rules.
yeah, Jordan
Hackashack was
Jordan
league
rule like
wide.
that was like all
Hmm.
around the league.
Yeah.
Bro, they were signing.
Yeah.
Yo, Zydrunas Ilgauskas has
Yeah.
made a bag off of being a dude they signed to go foul Shaq.
Well, yo, you guys comment below what you think your list is. Put your list in there in the comments below. Tell us what you do. You agree with our list? You don't agree with it? Who would you bring out? Who would you put in? Who is number one? Everyone always, that always switches around who's number one. But comment in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the little bell so you can get our notifications. The Sports Fanatic is coming at you. We're going to be doing our takes, dropping more and more videos. Make sure you check us
Right.
out. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.